Hello and good evening to you, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining me this time of the day on Solomon's Temple. My name is Solomon Izang Ashams. Thank you so much for joining me. They call me Uncle Solomon, so feel free to call me Uncle Solomon too. This is Solomon's Temple. As usual, if you're here for the first time, thank you so much. Please remember to subscribe and also check out some of the videos that we have on the YouTube channel Solomon's Temple. Make sure you subscribe. On Solomon's Temple, we talk about everything Christian. This is a platform where we get to discuss issues from a Christian perspective. It might not be necessarily a Christian issue, but how can we bring Christian thinking to it? How can we critically look at it and try to get God's view, of the issue of anything. So we investigate, we analyze, we do interviews and all that kind of thing. So thank you so much for joining me. I see quite a few people are here already who were saying hi. I see Pomza, who is from Ekapa, from Cape Town, saying good evening, Uncle Solomon, watching from Cape Town. Thank you so much, Bayadanki. As usual, Prunell T, all the way from Toronto. As the Canadian says, Toronto, isn't it? Well, thank you so much, Prunell. She's been a very big supporter of this platform, Solomon's Temple, not just by viewing, but she's also been supporting us in different ways, financially and all that. Thank you so much. There was a lady who wanted some money to do her passport because she needed to apply for scholarship. She inboxed me on Facebook, and Prunell actually sent her money all the way from Canada. So thank you so much. Obey, all the way from Makudi. Let me say it the way Benue people say it, Makudi. Abole. When I was growing up, I used to speak, I understand Idoma, by the way, Obey. Anya. So it's something that I grew up with. I still remember quite a lot of it. And also there's Neo from Canada. Thank you, Neo from Canada. Appreciate every one of you. Tato from Kronstadt and the Free State. I was around there yesterday. I drove all the way before Kronstadt. There was a place called Kopis. I was there yesterday. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Nora from Maryland, all the way from Maryland in the USA. Thank you, Candy. As usual, Candy is always here. All the way from Dallas, Texas, my sister. Thank you so much, every one of you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate every one of you. Tonight, I just want to be short and sweet, just to bring some sort of an update from an issue that I discussed quite a lot last week around the life of Bishop Makamu. So Bishop Makamu, as you all know, he was... there are allegations against him from this young girl here who was 17, 18 at that time, who was finished high school and was working at the church. And there were allegations from her of sexual assault. So it was a very serious issue. They tried since from 2017, 2018 to get it out there with the media and to get him to take responsibility, which the parents and the family feel he didn't. Then the audio of a conversation between him and her suddenly appeared, and the conversation was not decent at all. And because of that, there was a lot of pressure. So last week, Tuesday, before then, I asked her I asked her parents if she wanted to open a case. Because they tried to open a case in 2018, but the police didn't really take her serious. So she said, yes, she wants to open a case again. So I went and picked her up and with her brother, and then we went to the police station, Midrand police station to be precise, and we opened the case there with her for sexual assault. She gave her story and everything. So between that time and this time, it's just about 7-8 days now, and there was detectives involved investigating. There was a prosecutor, and this morning, Bishop Makamu, this is him here with his wife. Bishop Makamu this morning was arrested. Was arrested this morning around 11 or so in the morning. He was arrested. As soon as he was arrested, I was told that he was arrested. And yeah, and then so that's what happened. So he was arrested, and so I just wanted to talk about just a little bit about Bishop Makamu's arrest. It's something that sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes you for an arrest for anybody, you kind of like you don't wish that on anybody. It's sort of like the last resort, except there's no any other option, you know. And that's been the situation. And let me say this. Maybe I should say this for the very first time. I hadn't said this publicly. I was actually supposed to meet Bishop Makamu this morning at 9:30. I was another church leader who organized the meeting between us. But just an hour before the meeting, he called to cancel, saying that he had some family issues to deal with. I believe it was maybe the whole police thing. And the meeting was just for us to look for a way forward so he could meet the family of this girl, which I was ready to facilitate for him to meet the family and work things out, and apologize to them and take responsibility, just so this case can be withdrawn and things can get some sort of sanity again. And I spoke to her father yesterday before even the meeting, and I asked him if he's okay for me to go into the meeting because I needed to get their permission. It's not me. I'm not part of the whole thing. I'm just someone who is just there to help. And the father gave me permission. We spoke quite a lot and all that, and said, "Look, Solomon, from day one, I was not in this because I want money from him or because I want to see him in prison or convicted or whatever, But all I needed him to do was to apologize, and I gave him the opportunity from the beginning to apologize, but he never just did that, and look at where we are now. The whole thing is complicated for him, So I just I never shared this with anyone. I didn't even post it on Facebook, but that's what happened. And I'm ready and keen to facilitate any sort of reconciliation between Makamu and the family of this girl, with the girl also. I work closely with the family. So I'm ready to facilitate that. It's never late. I'm ready to facilitate that like tomorrow. The family trusts me enough for me to, and I know the family, all they want to do is to sit down and have a talk, but which never happened until he was arrested. So he was arrested, and then it went and hit the media, as you can see. This is him. He was arrested, and after he was arrested, actually the same day, today, he got bailed for 2,000 rand. So what was he arrested for? He was arrested for alleged sexual assault. He was arrested for alleged sexual assault that happened in the office of the church, between him and this young girl. That's what he was arrested for. So it was a little bit across some of the media platforms already. This is another media here. Bishop Makamu out on 2,000 bail after sexual assault arrest. So these are the allegations that are against him. Let me read for you the official press statement that came out this evening from the police, from the NPA, National Prosecuting Authority. It said 26 May 2021, the Palm Ridge Magistrate Court released Bishop Israel Makamu on 2,000 rand bail following a brief appearance on a charge of sexual assault. Makamu was arrested earlier today after a former employee of his church laid a complaint of sexual assault on 19 May 2021 at the Brackendown South African Police Service Station. The case relates to an incident that allegedly happened in his church office in Alrode during September of 2018. The case was remanded to 13th July 2021 for further investigation. So he got bailed, he was arrested, and a couple of hours later, he got bailed for 2,000 Rand. So technically, if you're in Nigeria, 2,000 Rand, how much is that? You're looking at 50,000 Naira or so. And then if you're in the US, how much is 2,000 Rand now? Maybe just about $130 or so. And he had made a brief appearance. And after the brief appearance, he was now given the option of bail, and obviously he paid, and then he left. The complaint again that was laid was a complaint of sexual assault by this young girl, and he's expected to appear in court again on the 13th of July 2021 for further investigation, which the case was remanded, or anyway, for further investigation, not to appear. Whilst investigation is going on, I know there's quite a lot of people that they need to speak to. Not a lot of people, a few people that they need to speak to here and there and here and there. So that's exactly what happened today. And he was released, and as soon as he was released, he made a video that he's actually having a church meeting tonight, inviting people to come. Never really mentioned anything about arrest. But then obviously the media picked it up, and it's sort of like all over the media now. If not for the media, nobody is going to know about it. I knew about it just, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes after he was arrested. I knew about it because I get updates around it. And this is not something I don't have a personal issue with Makamu at all. We must separate personal things and biblical things. I don't have a personal issue with him at all. But the issue is what this young girl said was done to her, right? And that's the issue that I have. And that's why I said I was supposed to have a meeting with him this morning at 9:30 to try to mediate and make sure he meets the parents, and to talk about these things and to ask for forgiveness properly, and things will be done from a family, because the apologies that he gave and all that, it wasn't directed at them. Even back in 2018 when he tried to give the apology or whatever, it wasn't an apology per se. And these people, when you have a situation like that, you need to come and meet the family. If you want to deal with it appropriately, you meet the family, and to deal with these things privately and all that kind of stuff, which never happened. And for the family, that's what really hurt them. And instead of that, they said they received threats and they received intimidations and all that kind of thing. And the family is still very open to listen to him. They're not saying that they want him arrested and then he must do this or want him to suffer. No. If you know the family, I've dealt with them for a little bit now. If you know them, that's not really. Even today, when the dad called me, he was like, "You see, he shouldn't have gone to this. He shouldn't have been this way if he had just taken responsibility and apologized and all that kind of stuff." So it's something that it's out there, and people are talking about it, and whatever happened, there's always going to be an opportunity. Yesterday, I said I was in the Free State, and I went into the Free State because there's an alleged victim of a very important sort of like man of God who was violated a long time ago. And I went to see her. I was supposed to have a meeting and pick her and then go meet the man and man of God and talk about it. But he then canceled at the last minute again, So there are a lot of things that I do behind the scene that I don't need to mention here. There are a lot of issues with pastors and prophets and whatever that we deal with behind the scene. They're taking responsibility where I don't need to bring it here. I don't want to bring everything out here and expose it. No, 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 no. I only bring things out here and talk about it and give you some sort of breakdown of my investigation, because there was no some sort of repentance, or there was no point where the one person took responsibility for what they had done to the other. Instead, they are defensive, they're covering it up, they're intimidating you, they're threatening you, they're threatening the victim and all that kind of stuff. That's why I had to, I have to bring it out here. So it's the family, all they want is peace. Today, if Makamu wants to go meet the family tomorrow, I can arrange it. I can arrange it. Because I know we've spoken about this over and over, and they never changed their mind about saying, look, all we want is to take responsibility. Yes, their daughter has been hurt. Their daughter has been depressed for like 3 years now. She said she doesn't go anywhere. She stays in the room a lot and all that kind of thing, So it's definitely something that, is open. And if I had met him today, this morning, then I would facilitate that. You wouldn't know. I wouldn't have told you, But again, I'm willing to facilitate that as soon as possible. And the family is willing to give him an opportunity to listen to him. They have not shut the door at all. From the mother to the father and the girl, that's what they keep saying. Right? So it shouldn't have come to this. I deal with a lot of pastors and prophets and all that behind the scene who take responsibility. Believe me, I get quite a lot of, every week I get quite a lot of reports about, about pastors and prophets and all that, what they've done to people and all that every week. Some of them I call them and say, look, hey, this is what I hear. Can we talk? We talk. There's one from Davidson that I just got stuff on him. Explicit WhatsApp messages. An apostle who is over 60 from Davidson. Some of you guys know him. But if you see, when I say explicit, I mean explicit. Now I'm trying to reach out to him. I could easily bring it here and talk about it or whatever. No, but I'm trying to reach out to him. I'm trying to reach out to him through another person and say, look, hey, this is what I got. These are the evidences, very concrete evidences, about this apostle. Can you facilitate so I can sit down with him and tell him a little bit about it and see if he will take responsibility, so we can now bring in the other person who brought the complaint, just so there's going to be some sort of reconciliation, confession, asking for forgiveness and giving forgiveness. That's what it is. I'm not excited to jump here on YouTube and just, give you stories and this, that. No. I do that because sometimes you get the leader not taking responsibility and they're still damaging other people. Sometimes you see the leader point blank lying and lying and lying and lying, and they're still leading people. That's very toxic, extremely toxic. So it's something that we definitely have to look at again and again and continue with it. But Makamu definitely, I really hope that, he could, he's going to be able to sort this out, to be honest with you. And that's my prayer. That's my prayer for him. I don't have anything against him at all. Anything against him at all. And this family is not who you think they are. They're not in it because they want to make money, or they're not in it because they want to punish him for what they feel he did to their daughter. That's not why they're in it. And it's very complicated for Makamu because there's an audio that went viral, some audio evidence that a lot of people maybe 98, 99% of people actually like, no, this audio is awkward. It's not what he is saying the audio is about that is really about. So it's more like, it's the table sort of like turn against him, and then there's this Amma Bishop thing on Sunday, which I feel didn't really go well. I just feel the Amma Bishop whole program on Sunday was a disaster. It shouldn't have gone that way. From his defense to some of the panelists that were there, some of the things that they said, it was a total disaster. It was a total disaster. So that's what it is. Some people are saying, Solomon, why do you have to pick this girl to go open a case? She said she wanted to open a case because she tried it in 2018 and the police didn't take her serious. So now she wanted to open a case. Even when we got to the station commander, after we opened the case, he came and was like, look, why did you choose to come to Midram police station to open a case? She said, because I tried to open it in Ivory Park. They didn't want to listen to me. So I trust the police station here, Midram police station. That's why I came here. And you can open a case in any police station in South Africa, and they will move the case to that area where the incident happened or wherever, or where you live. You have the right to open a case anywhere. So that's what it is. But yeah, so I don't know. I see some comments here. Let's see. Eno here is saying, good job. Kumbo here is saying, what are the charges? Sexual assault. I said that earlier on, and I even put I haven't put this thing up here, right? I put this up here for you so you can see it. Oops, what am I doing? Yeah, I put this up here for you so you can see it. Yeah. So there are quite a lot of comments from people here. Victor is saying that family is principled. Kudos to them. Yes, indeed, kudos to them. Deborah is saying, I feel like God is exposing all fake prophets. Queen here is saying, to all who are defending Bishop Makamu, you all are leading him astray and making him to have an empty pride. Good point there. Yeah. Yeah, there's quite a lot of comments here, guys. Quite a lot of comments here. Quite a lot of comments. But that's what it is. That's what it is right now. I just wanted to sort of like give you an update. Just said to give you an update. And yeah, I really hope that, this is going to be sorted out privately. There's still room to sort this out privately. And I really hope that this will be sorted out privately with the family and him sitting together and talking. I'm ready to facilitate that. If I tell the family, if I call the father now and say, look, hey, do you mind meeting this man to talk about this? He's ready to apologize or whatever. If I can call him now to ask him, and who can arrange for tomorrow for that to happen. So because that's what we do, that's what we do. I've done quite a lot of that before. I'm still doing quite a lot of that, and that's how we should live together. Just because I put things here, I expose certain things, doesn't mean I do not know what reconciliation or peace is all about. No. Sometimes there's a way you show tough love. Sometimes there's a reason why you have to put it out there first. There are different reasons. Everybody has their own way of dealing with things, and it's fine. I'm not going to come to your zone and tell you how to do things. I can only ask questions. If I don't agree with it, I say I don't agree with it, but then there's nothing more I can do. I cannot force you to change it. So thank you, guys. I'm going to leave you now. Please make sure you subscribe and make sure you keep following. And yeah, I see quite a bit of people, about over 530 people here. But yeah, I have to leave. But thank you, guys. Yeah, I don't want to say much, so let me just leave it there. There's quite a lot that's been going on, but I'm going to bring it up and talk about some of them maybe soon. Very soon, I'm going to bring a pastor. I'm going to bring a pastor who is what do you call it? Who had cheated on his wife. I'll bring a pastor here and a Christian leader. He's known in South Africa. He cheated on his wife. He became that. It was a struggle for him for so many years. And he struggled and struggled and struggled and struggled, and just the same thing. Just the same thing over and over and over again. So I'm going to bring him. I'm actually just looking for something that I wanted to. I'm going to bring him here. I'm going to bring him here soon. So he can share his story. It's such an amazing, how do you say an amazing story? I'm not sure it's like an amazing story. It's such a powerful story for us to learn from, because of what he's been through, and his wife also. It's such a powerful story, and we can all learn from it. We can all learn from it in sort of like a different way. I'm actually just looking for something here. I'm not sure I'm going to find it, just to show you. I got, if I can get it, then I can put it on. If I can get it here, then I can put it on here now. Yeah, I can't find it actually. Okay. Set all media. So it's something that, one has to keep doing. And this pastor I'm telling you about, who had these issues with women while he was married, it almost destroyed him. So now he is just so passionate, so passionate about trying to educate and trying to help other pastors who are going through that, because there are a lot of other pastors who are going through the same thing. There are a lot of them. There are a lot of other pastors who are going through that, and it wouldn't be proper just to watch. It wouldn't be proper just to be quiet. I'm trying to, let me see these files. Messenger. Yeah. I don't know. I think I have to put it out later and then try to get it out there. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it. It's taking a bit of time, so it's a bit destructive, isn't it? It's a bit destructive that Probably not gonna. Yeah, let me just leave it. Yeah. So guys, thank you so much. But I'm gonna bring him. Maybe I'm gonna bring him tomorrow or Friday. I'm not even sure, but I'm gonna speak to him. He has an amazing story, and I love to share stories of not just pastors being exposed who are struggling with that, who are defending themselves, but pastors who have been through it. You know, they involved in so much adultery and whatever, but now they say no, enough, and this is how I came out of it. So we're looking at stories of redemption. You know, how God redeemed them. We're not just going to talk about scandalous stories, but how can we have stories of redemption, stories of forgiveness? How his wife forgave him, how they went through that. They've been married for over, I think close to 25 years now, and they're still together, and the temptations. Sometimes he would tell me, Solomon, you have to call me anytime. Just call me and say, hey, how are you doing? And that's accountability, because he knows that he's struggling in this area. He believes he's never going to go back there, but the Lord can help. That's my prayer for pastors, for prophets, for apostles. My prayer for them is going to get to a place where on Solomon's temple, I'm not even going to have anything to talk about any pastor that he did this with this woman or with this young woman. No. My prayer is to get to a place where such stories would not even be around. Such stories would not even be available for me to pick up and talk about it. Because we allow the power of God to come and help us and redeem us and empower us. So that's what we're going to do. Deborah here is saying that, can we also have Bible studies as well? A lot of us interpret the Bible differently. We're a lost generation. I'm sure you're going to put it lost. Yeah. My Bible study type is to take an issue and try to get kind of like Christian thinking to it, get a Christian biblical worldview to issues. I feel, that way is a whole lot, a lot of us can relate to it and all that kind of thing. All right, guys, I'm talking too much now, but thank you so much, guys. And God bless you and keep you and make you continue to shine. May you be people of peace and in all that you do. God bless you and have a wonderful evening.